guys! For today's video, I wanted to film a kitchen tour and also show you some storage ideas that just help keep my kitchen a bit more organised. So we moved into this house just over 4 months ago now, so there is a few things we want to change. We want to paint the walls. We're just not set on a colour yet, so maybe I'll do an updated kitchen tour once we've changed a couple of things. But for now, it's absolutely fine. It's only a small kitchen, but it's perfect for us. There's only 2 of us and a dog. I've always loved baking, so it's nice to have my own space and my own cupboards to put all my things in. Also, it makes it easy to clean because it's small. And it also gets really warm in here as well. So yeah, let's get into showing you the kitchen. So I think I'll start from the left as you walk in. So if we start over here on the left as you come through the door, in this cupboard, it's a bit annoying because it kind of doesn't sit flush to the door, but never mind. In there is the washing machine. This is the blind that the girl before us left. So that's been really handy. We've not had to buy a blind for the window, just to roll the blind. And then the sort of green paint is what was there as well before. And then we've got the sink. I did just want to say as well, for the purpose of this video, it does not always look like this. It's a very much loved and lived in kitchen, and I'm always baking, and it's a state. So yeah, if your kitchen doesn't look very clean right now, neither does mine half the time. But I do like it to look clean, and I like the cupboards to be organised. But yeah, I just thought I would say that because I want this channel to be very much like real life. So maybe I'll do one when it's filthy. And then, so in this corner, I just have this Minky sink caddy. Picked this up in HomeSense, and it's got this bit on the bottom that you can take out to empty out the water, so it doesn't all gather in the bottom and get all smelly and stuff. So that's great, that holds all the products really well. And then on the windowsill, I've just got my wax melt holder with the vanilla candles underneath, and then this little sign that my friend got me. Best friends make the good times better and the bad times easier. So I need to hang it up. I've just not decided exactly where yet. I've then got some flowers. Honestly, these flowers have been here for weeks and weeks and weeks. They're like indestructible flowers. It must just be a perfect spot for them on the windowsill. And then in this corner, I just have this little hand cream that smells gorgeous. I think it was from Tesco ages ago, but that smells lovely. And then I've just got the hand wash down there. You've got your sink, and then under the sink cupboard here. So the under sink cupboard is one of my favourites. I don't know why, it's just quite a big cupboard and you can fit tall things in there. So we just keep the food bin in here. I've got this washing up like bin for the tablets, which was from Home Bargains, I think. So I love that. I also want to get a holder for the Unstoppables. I've seen people doing that. That looks really nice. This is one of my favourite multi-purpose cleaners. I wipe the kitchen sides down with. I love the Mountain Air scent. It smells so good. But they've just put it in a spray bottle for you, so you don't have to dilute it yourself. In here, I've just got this basket, which is kind of like cloths, wipes, all sorts, stuff like that. So at the back here, I've got a basket that I keep like extra products in that I don't use all the time, and then it is quite deep, so I've got the kitchen roll just here at the side, and then yeah, other things in there that I pull out when I need them. Then in this corner we've got the toaster and the kettle. We were kindly given these from James's mum because she was getting a new kettle and toaster, so that helped us not have to pay for those when we moved in. So the tea and sugar canister were from HomeSense as well. I really like these. I was looking for a while for some that I liked. I just like the pattern on them. I like that they're not pot as well, so that I can't pick them up and then drop them and smash them. But yeah, I didn't realise when I was buying them that those were white and the kettle and toaster are cream, so they don't really go, but never mind. So long as they all work and do the job, that's fine. I'm not a coffee drinker either, so we don't have a coffee canister, and neither's my partner, but I did wonder if it'd look a bit odd with just tea and sugar, but I thought, what's the point in buying a coffee one? It'd just be a waste of space. I do have coffee in the cupboard for when guests come over. And then these coasters were a set of 4 from Next. I really like those. They're just all like really quirky designs. And then up here in this cupboard near the window, this is my baking cupboard. In here is everything I need to do my baking, which I'm going to do a few more baking videos. I always like to have a stocked cupboard, so if I feel like baking, I can bake. Always have the essentials in. If you would be interested in seeing a tour of like everything I have for baking, just let me know and I'll be more than happy to do that. I have a full basket of sprinkles up here in the flamingo tub. There's ribbons in there. I've got so many cupcake cases. You can imagine when I lived at home and I did a lot of baking, and I kind of took over like 3 full cupboards with all my things, and my mum was not impressed. But now I have a lot of my own space to be able to put it all out, so that's great. And then in this cupboard we have all the glasses. So I just have 4 wine glasses at the top and a couple of pint glasses, and then the mugs and a few smaller glasses at the back. back, and then yeah, the smaller glasses and the normal size ones there. I just try and keep like sort of the amount that we use. There's only 2 of us, that seems ridiculous, but when people come over, I could actually do with some Prosecco glasses, because recently it was my birthday and we had some Bucks Fizz and Prosecco, and then realised I don't have Prosecco glasses, so we had to use wine glasses instead. Maybe I'll put those on my Christmas list. Down here is just all the plates and things. So when we moved into the house, we bought a dinnerware set from Next. I think it was the Malvern set, and you got 4 dinner plates, 4 side plates and 4 bowls. That's been really good. And then we just got a couple of extras from like HomeSense and things. I just wanted to mention these trays as well. So I bought these from Dunelm, but they've got the cushion on the back, so they are so handy. I used to have loads of trays, but I've never had ones with cushions on the back. I have seen them before, but it really just saves them like slipping off your knees easy. It's just much easier to eat and cut things, so I definitely recommend those if you sit on your knee and eat your tea sometimes. So then this is sort of like the main wall of the kitchen, where we've got most of the worktop. So you've got the cooker in the middle. If you're moving into a new house and you have a, what is it called, a Zanussi, if that's how you pronounce it, cooker and oven, we've had no problems so far, touch wood. And then coming onto this side of the kitchen, so on the side we've got our little salt and pepper shakers from Le Creuset. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know, let me know. Yeah, they've been great. I love the colour of those. I like a really nice blue colour. And then this, I wanted to mention this olive oil dispenser is so good. So I filled that up over 4 months ago when we moved in, and I have not had to refill it once yet, because it gives you the exact amount that you need. So you literally just like pull that back, pour it obviously in, and then it just gives out the exact amount. Like it doesn't come out really fast like it does in a bottle, if that makes sense. So they've been great. They were actually a set of 2 from Lakeland, and I've got the other one in the cupboard because actually I haven't put anything in that yet, but I was maybe thinking like sunflower oil when I'm cooking. So yeah, highly recommend those. And then of course we've got the ALEXA, because she'll come on if I say her name. I did a bit of baking yesterday, so got some banana muffins. I think I'll do a video on the banana muffins as well, because they're really easy to make and they're delicious. And the cake stand was actually a present from my mum a couple of years ago, so yeah, love that. And then we've got my KitchenAid. As I've mentioned, I do like to do a bit of baking. I love the KitchenAid. And then so you've got your tissues. I like to keep some box tissues as well, and this just sort of moves around all over the show depending like when we're cooking, things like that, just to put your spoon on. And then in this right hand corner we've got the microwave, so that's Russell Hobbs as well, and so is the toaster and the kettle. So yeah, I'll show you what's in the cupboards above. And then I'd rather not have things on top of the cupboards, but at the moment it's just ideal for storage really as well, and I just try and keep them in boxes so it looks a bit neater. It's mainly a lot of baking stuff, to be honest. I could put it in the storage cupboards, but I like to keep those sort of neat, so they're fine up there for now. In this one I just keep the bread in the cupboard rather than having a bread bin on the side, just because we haven't got loads of side space, so I like to keep it sort of clear so it's easy to clean. And then on that middle one is sort of all the jars and things. So I have looked at buying one of the jar organisers where it's sort of like stepped up, so I might possibly, I'm just not sure if the cupboard's tall enough to fit the things that'd be on the back shelf, if that makes sense. But anyway, I never used to eat anything else but Heinz beans, by the way, and then since we have converted to these Bramwell's baked beans with sausages, they are surprisingly really nice and so much cheaper. Like Heinz beans have gone so expensive. And then up here I just have a few of my classic baking books. Jane's Patisserie is definitely one of my favourites, and Mary Berry's. I have some more that aren't up there, but I would like to have a couple of those out on display. Yeah, the kitchen is just not really big enough for that. I feel like it just clutter the sides. And then I've just got a few spare tea towels up there, and my fave Yorkshire tea at the top. I have fully converted recently from PG Tips to Yorkshire tea. There is a massive difference to me. So I drank PG Tips for years at home, and then had them a couple of times like at James's mum's and other places, and now Yorkshire tea is just my favourite. It's all I'll buy. So I don't know whether the cupboards are looking a bit of a cream colour, but they are white. It's just the lighting in here. Got the spotlights on, so I don't know whether it's giving a bit of a funny colour. But anyway, in the smaller cupboard in the corner, I have bought some clear storage. So I've been loving the clear storage. So I bought this one as like a bit of a chocolate treat storage tray. However, we are trying to be a bit healthier, so there's not many sweets and chocolates in there at the moment. So then up here, this is a stackable one. So if I just show you. So this has been great as well. I think this was from Home Bargains. So it just stacks on top of each other. So in there, I've just got the wax melts and a couple of candles. And then at the top, I just have these 2 baskets. The bigger one for like all the first aid stuff, and then the smaller one for plasters and paracetamol and things. They just fit in there next to each other nicely. This one's just easily accessible to pull out for your plasters and paracetamol, and then the first aid one for more of your first aidy bits. And then in this one, these are actually quite deep cupboards, so they go quite far in to the corner, if that makes sense. So I tend to put things at the back of them that I don't really use that often, sort of things that we have like when we're having like a party and stuff like that. So yeah, at the moment I just keep our lunch bags and things on the middle shelf, and then the bananas next to them. Don't really have a fruit bowl, just because again it's more stuff to have on the side, and a lot of the fruit like apples and oranges I tend to keep in the fridge. And then down here I've just got some tins in that corner, and then a few of Ralph's little treats and bits and bobs, and then just a bit more baking stuff there at the top. And then in this one we've got all the Tupperware at the bottom. If anyone else finds Tupperware really hard to keep like in a neat order, so if you've got any ideas for Tupperware, please let me know. But yeah, that's how it's looking at the moment. And then sort of like the pasta and things on the middle shelf, and then again 2 more clear storage trays up here. So this one's sort of like the snacks, let's call them the lunch snacks, and then this one I have like the loose crisps in. So yeah, it's just easy to grab. Before buying some of the clear storage as well, I did measure the cupboards and then take the tape measure with me to the shops just to make sure that they would fit in the cupboard. Some of them I did just guess and thought, well, if it doesn't fit in there, it'll fit in a different cupboard. And then here is the integrated fridge and freezer at the bottom. So I'll give you a nosy in the freezer. Always interesting, isn't it? In the freezer, in the fridge I meant. So that's the fridge. It's a great space for me and my partner. It has this random little shelf at the top as well. And then the freezer down there. Oh, I haven't shown you what's in here. So this one is the cutlery drawer. So I'm hoping that's showing up okay on the camera. Before you laugh at the cutlery and think, what the heck is that? It looks like it's from King Henry VIII's day. I mean, hang on, get the size of that, the spoon. These are actually have been in James's family a long time, so it's a community set of cutlery, and I think they were his grandma's, and then passed down to his mum, and then his mum had loads, so she gave us a set as well, and we love them. They're really heavy, nice cutlery. And then the tray, this is a really good one. So it's a Joseph tray, and this slides in and out, so it's sort of to fit your drawer. Just keeps all the cutlery nice and organised then. And yeah, we just keep the scissors in there, and you just get this little extra pot that just keep a few random bits in. So then this one is sort of all the utensils. So when we moved in, I bought a utensil set off Amazon, which had everything in it pretty much that we needed, called Home Hero, I think it's called. Yeah, it's on there. So I'll link that in the description below. So that's been really handy. Literally had everything that we needed pretty much, apart from the odd thing. And then these knives were a set from Costco, which have been great as well. And they have like these safeguarding covers on them. Just makes them look a bit neater in the cupboard. I put them back on after every wash. But it's great if you've got kids as well. I mean, we don't, but I just like the colour of them. And then I've also got a train here as well, which was from Home Sense again, I think, or Dunelm, can't quite remember, but it's got a nice grey bottom that's like rubber, stop things sliding around in there. And then this one is the drunk drawer. Everyone's got a bit of a drunk drawer, don't they? Yeah, so not really too much to go in that one. Man stuff. And then all your sandwich bags, your cling film, you know, your doggy bags, all sorts. And then in this cupboard down here, again, this is quite a big cupboard, so it goes deep back, so I have a lot of my baking tins, like cake boards and things like that down there. But James put this spice rack on the door for me, so that's really handy. I haven't got loads of spices, to be honest. So the spice rack was from Dunelm, and it shuts flush as well when the door's closed, but he did have to put these zip ties on because we found that when we were opening and closing the door that they were, because there's like a big gap, that they were swinging a bit, which was like a bit annoying. So that just kind of keeps them all flush and in place. Which is a great little idea of his. And then we've got the cereal, a few baking trays, the tin where we keep the dog food, our pots and pans and things, but they have marked the surface a bit. It does come off if you scrape it really hard, but then as soon as I put them back in again, it just marks it again. So it's a bit of a pain, but I highly recommend these cereal containers. Yes, these cereal containers have been really good. At first I was a bit hesitant to buy them, but I'm so glad I did. So these are the OXO containers, so they aren't the cheapest, but you basically just press the top like that, pull it off, and you pour. My nana and granddad had some years ago when we were younger, and it was always really hard to pour the cereal out of them, so they used to annoy me a bit, but because the whole top comes off, it just makes it easy. They look nice in the cupboard. I just really like those, and you can always see clearly how much you've got left. So I am thinking about getting more of the OXO range, because because they do all like the pasta jars and things, which I would like to get, and like a few jars for flour. Been loving those. They just perfectly fit in the cupboard as well there. I think I need to refill them actually. So yeah, I did just want to mention as well, if you've noticed a few marks on the paint on the walls at the back, it isn't ideal really having paint underneath the cabinets here in the middle bit, because just like for example there at the side, when you've got pans on, food does splash up the side. So really tiles or like a splashback would be better that's easily wipeable. And also this paint isn't easily wipeable. I know some paint is, so maybe once we change it it'll be better, but I just thought I would point that out if you have seen a few marks on the walls. And I think all that's really left to do is this corner. So yeah, that is the fridge and freezer, and then I just have my calendar on the wall here, and then got the bin and the radiator. So the radiator was from Dunelm as well. It's actually really handy because it's got two sides to it. So you've got the side for your general rubbish and then the side for recycling, which is really handy to be able to take it out, and then you can just take it out and empty it into the bins outside. The girl that lived here before us painted the radiator black, which is not really our style, so we were thinking about painting it back white, but then when we've looked into it, we might just buy a new radiator. I think it's about £40 for a similar one, so it's just so we can put it back to white. And then yeah, I've just got my Busy Bee calendar up there because I would not remember anything otherwise, and it just helps keep my life organised and it's less for my head to worry about. So it's by no means a super organised kitchen or anything, but it's perfect to me. And yeah, I get a bit stressed if things aren't in the right place. I like everywhere to have its own home, so I tend to go through them every couple of weeks so I know exactly what's in there, because somehow when you're rushing, things just get dumped in drawers and places where they shouldn't be. So I just like to have a cleanse for every now and then. And that is it for the kitchen tours and storage ideas. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I would love it if you could give it a big like and subscribe to the channel if you would like to see more content like this. Hopefully, if it does well, I can do more room tours and storage ideas. And let me know in the comments if you have any other storage ideas that are definitely worth investing in for the kitchen. And I will see you in my next video on Monday at 7. Bye guys, thanks for watching.